Coming to you all the way from Norfolk, Virginia, Go On Podcast presents How Embarrassing with Molly and Jeff.
How embarrassing!
How embarrassing!
How embarrassing! Hey, everybody!
Oh my god, there it is.
Welcome to How Embarrassing. It's the podcast about all of our embarrassing lives. I'm Molly.
And I'm Jeff.
And this is How Embarrassing, the podcast about all of our embarrassing
And I'm Molly.
And I'm Jeff.
There we go.
All right. So,
Welcome.
Jeff, I mean, this is our first podcast in the year 2020
Yeah.
that we're recording.
That we're recording, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How's your year been so far?
Busy. I'm in the process of a move, so...
Yeah, I know. I helped you move in the
I know,
in
but
the
I'm telling the
pouring
listeners.
rain. Oh, sorry.
The worms don't know.
Yeah, but like, I want everyone to know we're close, and I helped you move.
Cool.
Jeff's my friend.
Yeah, if they didn't put it together.
Yeah.
What if this was just like a business
We hang out
transaction?
outside of the podcast. We only pod together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see you outside. Anywho, do you have a story you'd like to share?
Yeah, you go first.
Well, I actually am going to hold off on my embarrassing stories due to the nature of our guest, which I'll explain in a moment.
Okay, so you're not going to tell yours until after a commercial break?
So the thing is, our guest today, and you guys are going to meet him in a minute, is one of my roommates from college.
Okay.
Who has witnessed, like, definitely endless embarrassing moments. He knew me during my most embarrassing time in my life.
Right.
So I think we'll probably talk about me a lot in this episode.
So it's just me telling the story at the open?
I mean, if you don't want to, that's fine. But yeah,
I'll tell a story.
I did the same thing, I feel like, with my dad's episode.
This is very responsible of you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been
I
cool.
don't want to just talk about me the whole time.
It's just usually like you tell that to someone before you start recording. Now we're just talking logistics on mic.
Well, let's give everyone a peek behind the curtain, shall we?
Fun.
Cold open. That's right.
Live from New York.
So my story.
Yeah, let's get to it.
So I used to work at a help desk where I hated all my bosses a lot.
Makes
and
sense.
then I quit that job and got a job at a different help desk. I don't want to state the businesses.
That's what I love about you, is how much you're passionate about helping people.
Oh, yeah. I love just getting screamed at on the phone.
Yeah.
About, like fucking emails.
Yeah.
He's a helper.
But yeah, so I started the new job and I'm saying, like, training with like one of the like people who know how to do everything the most at the job.
Okay.
A trainee.
A senior staff member. Or whatever.
Sure. So I'm like, he asked me where I worked. I tell him. He's like, oh, was your boss named Lation? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, oh, how'd you like working for him? And I was like, I didn't. Like, it was okay at first, and I like go off about how much I did not like this guy.
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh, that's my best friend.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, and this is fucking day one of my job.
That's my best.
And I was like,
that's
really? Wait, are you joking? And he goes, no. I'm the godfather to his child.
Oh, my God.
And I was like,
shit.
and I started laughing. I was like, I think you're fucking with me. And he said, no, look. And he points on his desk. And on his desk, there's like a Christmas photo of like my old boss, his wife, and his baby.
That's awful.
And I was like, fuck.
Sorry.
Of course, day one, I'm start talking shit about someone I don't think he knows. And he's the best friend. So
that sounds like a really healthy workplace.
yeah, that's when I decided to stop talking to everyone I work with.
That's for the best.
Mm-hmm.
You should keep to yourself more.
Yeah,
I've always thought that.
I just put my little headphones on, listen to some podcasts.
How embarrassing?
Yeah. Yeah. That
day.
on repeat all day. Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Let's get to an ad break.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell my story.
Ooh.
Dun. Ad break.
It's an ad break.
Who's there? Hello? Is someone in the house?
It's me, the New Year's kitty cat.
Holy shit. I've heard about you in school stories. Are you here to lick me?
I'm here to exfoliate your skin with my tongue.
No, thank you. I'm allergic to cats, and
Here, just let me try it.
I'd rather not. I know I'm. Stop, please. Oh.
I knew I could win you over.
Okay.
And I have a special offer for listeners to the How Embarrassing podcast. If you go to newyearskittycat.com and enter code embarrassing, I will show up to your house free of charge and exfoliate one of your body parts with my tongue.
I'm gonna come.
Weird.
And we're back.
I don't want that.
Okay.
God. Okay. Well, everybody, today's guest, you know him from Annapolis, Maryland.
Oh, wow. I happen to know him from that one street in Annapolis, Maryland.
And I know him from that shoe he wore. Dillan Taylor, everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome to the How Embarrassing podcast.
Hi, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
First thing that I want to know, are you embarrassed to be here?
So you said at the onset that you and I were roommates in college. I've known you for several years,
Yes.
and you've caused a lot of pain and suffering in my life. But I'm actually incredibly excited to be here. I get to finally meet producer Matt Cole. I've been listening to the podcast for a while. I get to meet Matt
Friend
Cole
of the
and
Friend of the pod.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yep.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
him.
it. That's it. Yep.
Matt Cole, Jeffrey Dahmer, Molly Graham. I'm happy to be here.
I have a theory that that the name Jeffrey, it looks like if you look, like you can see charts of how like common that name is.
Yeah.
There's a huge drop off once they caught Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
I'd say so.
Now there's not that many of us.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people have been named Hitler or just even Adolf.
Adolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since.
Yeah, since
You know, the big
That-
oopsie.
party. Oh yeah, the big oopsie.
The big uh-oh.
Step away for a second. You start talking about Hitler.
I do like
can't-
the idea of someone just renaming the Holocaust.
The
to
big
like,
oopsie.
Uh-oh.
Molly and I were walking a few hours ago to get something to eat and a drink before this podcast, and she just started. We're walking, and right when we leave her apartment, she goes, "Uh-oh, I've really got to take a shit," and I'm really hoping to get this done in the next 2 minutes.
Whoa.
And I thought that was not only funny, but I think the funniest thing to me was I was like, I don't remember the last time I heard an adult start a sentence with "uh-oh."
It was an oopsie doodle.
Yeah, usually.
Whoops.
Whoopsie. I gotta take a shit.
Yeah.
Again?
So the story I was gonna share that I would like to hear, I feel like Dylan and me can kind of collaborate on
Cool.
this.
Dylan and I.
Damn.
Wow.
You're gonna hear him correct me 5,000 times.
I've listened to 20 episodes of this fucking podcast.
Why didn't you listen to one of them?
What'd you say?
Which one did you not
the
listen
21st came out yesterday, right? Or Wednesday?
Yeah.
Was that the 21st? I've listened to 21 episodes.
Nice.
And then the only thing I've been wanting, it pains me every time. She's like, yeah, me and Jeff did that. Me and Jeff did that. Me and Jeff.
Oh,
me
I
and
don't
Jeff.
even notice that. That's going to start bugging me now.
Oh, it should.
Dill-
It should.
Dill's
Because
a
I have
grammar boy.
perfect grammar.
Yep. I've come here to dismantle this podcast.
All about the grammar?
That's right.
Okay.
So I want to talk about.
He's a grammar Nazi. Or should I say a grammar? Uh-oh. Like grammar. Oopsie.
So let's take it back to my senior year in college.
Yeah.
Me and Dylan lived in the same house at the time.
Dylan and I.
Hot.
Dylan and I lived in the same house at the time, and it was Halloween. And so I left to get ready at my friend Sharon's house, and then we were going to a bar. And all my roommates were sophomores at the time, so they're all too young to go to the bar. So I'm like, all right, see you guys. Like, I'll be home later, whatever. So I go to my friend Sharon's house and I get ready. And at the time I was in a stage makeup class. So I did a full old man stage makeup face, complete with like a big scraggly beard.
Oh
and
my
I had,
gosh.
like this elaborate old man costume.
And a wig. Don't forget the wig.
Yes, yeah, there was a wig. I was fully an elder.
Okay.
And I had like face paint, like very, like a lot of just old wrinkly looking makeup.
Okay.
And so I go out to the bar and I do something that I never do. I got hammered drunk. And so I'm at the bar and I'm like, I want to go home. So I end up getting back to my house probably at like 11 or 12. Like, so everyone was still awake because it was Halloween. So everyone's kind of drinking, hanging out at our house. Mm-hmm. And I walk in.
So that's why you were in the old person makeup. You didn't say Halloween at the beginning, did you?
I did.
Oh, okay.
You just didn't listen. It's fine.
I get bored.
So yeah, it was Halloween. So I walk in, and I would like to pass it to Dylan at this point to fill in this
Thank
part of the
God.
story.
Sure. So
Dylan and I.
So we often had like 20 people at a time over, and we would just hang out in the living room, and that's where the front door is, obviously. And so we're all there watching TV or playing video games, drinking, talking, doing everything that she was saying. And Molly comes in, and keep in mind, when she left, we didn't know she didn't look like that, and none of us knew what she was being for Halloween.
Okay.
We didn't even know she was dressing up that night. And she comes in. She comes in and just looks at all of us. And she looks like, we're all shocked. First, we're like, who is that? And then we realize, oh my God, that's Molly as a disgruntled old man. And she didn't take any of it off. She's still in full costume at the end of this night. And we all just stop what we're doing. It goes silent for a second. And then we all just die laughing. The whole room is laughing. And then we're excited to see like what Molly has to say for herself, and like what the hell are you doing?
Right.
And to hang out with us and like join the fun. And she just starts sobbing.
What?
She starts sobbing.
Oh no!
It was like when a kid falls and you're waiting for those few seconds.
Right. Is he gonna laugh it off? Or?
Yes. Yep. And Molly she started. Her face just crunched up, and she just started sobbing, and she sprinted through the room to her room and slammed the door. And so we go from just and then we all just go, whoa, what the fuck just happened? What's wrong? And I was out of all of us, I was probably of that younger group the closest with you at the time.
Yeah. So Dylan's the representative for the room.
I get myself together. I go up to the room and I knock, and I'm just like, Molly, you okay? You okay? What's wrong? And she goes, I have never felt so betrayed in my life.
Never felt so betrayed.
Fucking drama queen.
About what?
And so I go, what are you talking about? What did we do? Is it because we laughed? We just thought it was funny. We were not laughing at you.
Yeah, it was startling, and then we realized you were an old man in makeup.
And she turns the light off and just goes to sleep. And so we're all like, damn, what a weird way to end the night.
Right.
And so we go about our thing, and then the night ends. And then the next morning, I got up and I came downstairs and I knocked on her door and was like, Molly, what's up? And she's like, hey, good morning. And I opened the door and I was like, Molly, are we good? Are you okay? And she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, you don't remember like feeling betrayed and crying?
Do you remember feeling betrayed?
And she goes, oh, I don't remember anything from last night. What happened?
No way.
I was feeling real betrayed by the room.
I like to think that you forgot that you were in the makeup, so you thought they were all just laughing at you.
I think that's probably what happened. Was I walked in and everyone stared at me and started laughing, and I forgot I was in the costume, so I just like freaked out.
Loser.
Yeah.
I was feeling pretty betrayed.
Yeah.
Was she still in the makeup when you said good morning to her? Oh, that'd been great.
No.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
It's me. I'm old.
I do want to go back to are all your stories about Molly? Is that the only reason why she brought you on?
She just that's a very Molly thing to do.
Do you want to come on my podcast and talk about me?
Yeah, if I could sum this podcast up in like a few sentences, it would be like, welcome to the Molly Show.
Yep.
Hey, Jeff or Gus, do you have a story? That's funny. That reminds me of me. Now, we have a very special guest today. He's going to... Did you want to start talking about me, or should I tell a story about me?
Well, there was one time I was in the bathroom, and then she comes in and she's like,
I use the bathroom.
I famously use the bathroom.
No one uses...
famously.
No one knows bathrooms like I know bathrooms.
Use bathrooms?
Yeah.
My dad's going to hate this episode.
Oh my God. I shouldn't say cunt on here anymore.
But no, I do have other stories.
Okay. Let's get a story about you.
Okay.
We'll try
but
to...
if I'm in it, that's fine too.
All right.
I don't want you to feel pressured to not talk about me.
So I have a few. Since you asked, I'm not a person who gets embarrassed easily at all. I'm pretty strong mentally. And before I tell my stories, I did want to tell you, I didn't tell you this, Molly, yet, but when you guys started this podcast, I was really excited, because I support my friend. She doesn't always return the favor, but I
get too distracted by myself.
Right. So I listened to it and I was like, oh, this is great. I'm so glad that my friend and her friends are doing something creative and fun and funny and putting it out there, because I'm doing something similar. But I sent it to one of my close friends who loves podcasts. I'm like, dude, look at my friend just started a podcast. It's my friend, and anyway,
he's like, you don't have friends. I don't believe you.
Right.
No, you've said my friend too many times.
No. So my friend, we were hanging out, and no, I'm just kidding. So I sent it to him, and I said, yeah, this is my friend's podcast, and he texts back. He's like, dude, really funny stuff. Your friend is hilarious. The co-host, honestly, like, could take it or leave it, but your friend's hilarious.
No.
And I go, yeah, we were roommates in college. Isn't she great? And he goes, she?
Yay!
And he's like, oh, I thought your friend was Jeff.
Fuck!
Yes.
Wait.
And so,
the co-host is just okay.
Do people think that this is Jeff's podcast?
Well, co-host implies that we're both co-hosts.
yeah.
You're the co-host.
And
Well.
you're what?
The host.
Wait,
You're Andy
you can't-
Richter,
yeah.
and she's Conan.
Hold up.
I'm Chelsea Handler, and you're Chewy.
wait.
But Chewy's just like he's an assistant. He's not a co-host.
Yeah.
Really wasn't trying
I
to
guess
strike this up. I'm
Matt
sorry,
Cole
guys.
is
So you
Chewy.
told 2 stories so far, both about Molly.
Well, yeah, that was a Molly one too.
Gotcha!
The end of that story is I go, no, dude, Molly is my friend. We were roommates in college, and he goes, oh yeah, no, she's cool. She's cool.
I mean, one betrayal after the other.
Wow, right? So much betrayal.
She's cool. Yeah, okay. That's what people say about people they don't know what to say anything about.
No,
She's cool.
No, you're cool.
It's cool.
So I have 3 embarrassing stories. And
nice.
The what is that? Is that unique?
No.
Okay. Is that not what I'm here to do?
No,
what's going on?
it's cool.
We'll try to get all. No.
So the thing about all 3 of them is they all are succinct. They're all incredibly, incredibly short. I don't have one of these elaborate things where something happens and I have to like cover it up and
Right. You're not a Johnny. It's not a Johnny story. The one that takes the entire episode.
It was April, or was it May?
I kept being like,
The
that's
wind-
really embarrassing.
The
And
wind
then 10
was
seconds
blowing
later.
at about 4 miles per hour.
What was it? 3.
And the leaves were cascading down from the trees.
I don't like this bit.
So anyway, Dylan.
So the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me was it was the summer after freshman year of college. First year of college, that comes and goes, and so we all
got your 15 pounds.
No.
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm gonna sound like such a douchebag on this podcast.
I know, I can't wait.
I know.
We're gonna be like,
I know.
Molly's friend is a fucking dick.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll own it. So it's the summer after freshman year. We all go home, and you get to hang out with all your high school friends and your hometown friends, and we all gather. And it's the first weekend. We're all back, and my friend Grace has everyone over for dinner, and she's really excited because she has one of her friends from school over to visit and meet all of us. And so I'm one of the last people to show up. And at this time, I was, I like characters and I like bits too, and I like to do voices and stuff. And so I show up, and her friend is there. His name's Matt, and he's Asian American. And you might think that that's irrelevant to the story, but
No, the fact that you bring it up makes me think that it's not going to be irrelevant.
Yeah.
The fact that you said you like to do voices, and then a man walked into the room who was Asian American is making me cringe a little bit.
you're starting to figure this out. You got me figured out, Jeff. And so
Jeff, he picks up on this.
And so everyone's already settled in the kitchen. They've been there for a while, and I'm the last to show up. And I finally walk into the room, and everyone's like, "Hey!" And Grace goes, "Oh my God, Dylan, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you guys finally get to meet. This is my friend from Notre Dame, Matt." And he just comes right up to me, his hands out to shake my hand. And I'm like, and he goes, "Hey, nice to meet you, man. Heard a lot about you." And without thinking for one single second, and without even, there was no time to waste, I clasped my hands as if I'm praying, and I do a full bow, and I go,
Oh no!
What?
Oh
Yep.
no!
Yep.
What? Dylan! What the fuck? In what world? Like, what?
Why?
Awful. Why?
Why?
because it's just that was the voice that popped. It could have been like, "Oh, howdy," but it was like that.
That's what I
It was
said.
like
just
Yeah,
that.
you just
the
popped into
the
a
wheel was
voice.
spinning, and it happened to be
Whoa.
horrible Asian voice, and so I like squinted my eyes. I did like the buck teeth.
Yeah,
bowed.
like the
Ping.
characters from
Michael Scott's Ping.
Yes,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
That's not good.
And
Dill.
so
And then he punched you? Or?
no, so he and so I made it. I completed the bow, and
I mounted the bow.
Yes.
Stuck the landing.
Jesus.
And so by the time I was fully parallel, my torso was parallel to the floor.
Yeah.
I realized what I had done. And so my face goes from Asian face to like shock. I was like, oh God. And I come back up with my eyes wide open, and I go, I'm so sorry. And the room's dead quiet. It's a room.
Yeah, everyone was probably like, fuck, we didn't know Dylan was racist.
The room is full of my closest friends.
Yeah.
None of them supported me. They all just
No.
abandoned me.
No.
I got canceled on the spot. And,
Absolutely.
And
Damn.
I was just so that was just horrible. But as the years have gone by, it's like we haven't kept up a relationship. But it's like he's always going to know me as not even like a racist, like a stupid racist.
Yeah.
Like in your face.
Yeah, there's a difference between that and maybe like we know each other for a couple weeks, and like I make a snide comment about his
Yeah.
culture or his history,
that
but
was-
he
you
shows
just
up and I'm
met
like,
him.
"Oh, are you a Chinese or a Korean?"
I don't even want to hear it anymore. Even when it's referencing something you did.
God.
I'm like,
Big boy Jeff don't like the bug.
gosh. Can we go back to making fun of the Holocaust?
Oh God! You mean the big
The big
The
oopsie.
big oopsie. Or never mind. I was gonna.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to get canceled.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Here we go.
Some would call it the big rut-row.
Oh. Like Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So anyway, Dylan, that is a really fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, it sucked.
Holy shit, that
Sucked.
sucks. And I feel like I've been there so many times where you do something and you're just doing it to be goofy, but it's just something that you're just like, fuck,
Yeah,
why?
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
Why did I have to do that at that moment?
Yeah.
And this was what, like 2014?
Yeah. This
Yeah.
was 2013. It was
Yeah.
right after freshman year
Yeah.
college.
Ugh.
Yeah. And
Sucks.
it was like that first year I was like, man, I'm learning about myself. I'm feeling confident. I'm losing some of my insecurities, and that happens. I'm like, well, all my friends hate me now.
Yeah.
And this one new guy that was hopefully going to be a part of my friend group is alienated from here on out.
Yeah, you walked into the room excited to meet people, and unfortunately, you were there.
And I was like,
He was like,
bye.
oh my God.
Yeah, let's try to get another one in before the commercial break.
Okay. Is that, I have like 2 minutes?
Yeah,
Ignore Matt.
it's pretty loose.
Okay. Well, the other one's
Surprisingly, we're not very
structured.
Structured. Yeah,
Word.
that's the word.
Okay.
We kind of keep it loosey-goosey. You know what I mean?
Well, so the second most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me also happened in literally a 5-second time span. Mm-hmm. And this was my last
But
year.
it takes 20 minutes to tell.
I'm trying to be efficient with my words.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm fucking with you.
So this was my last year of college, and this was a rough time for me. I was not my best. I was not disciplined, not doing a good job taking care of myself, and not doing well financially. So our electricity got cut off. So we didn't have hot water. We didn't have electricity. So I hadn't showered in like 3 days.
Right.
It was not my cleanest.
Sure.
And I had long hair at the time, and I was in a play. And so the director gives me a thing, and I have to, for the character I'm playing, I have to get a specific type of haircut in like the 1950s. Anyway, I go to the on-campus haircuttery, and it's so slow. It's just the one guy in there. He's on the cash register.
Yeah,
he's cutting hair. It was just the two of us.
Trying to keep it all together.
Yeah, and so I show up, and I go, "Hey, man, what's going on?" We start talking, and he's really nice. And I go immediately, "Look, I'm sorry. Things are really weird right now, so I'm sorry for how I am right now. So like, I'm sorry you have to touch my skin and my hair." He's like, "It's okay. I've seen much worse." And so I sit down to get my hair shampooed, to get, ready for the haircut. And I realize it's the first time in like 4 days hot water has touched my skin, and it feels great. And then he plops all the shampoo on his hands, and then he just like, plops his hands on my scalp, and then starts rubbing it in. And again, without a second to like process anything, it just comes out of me. I go, "Oh," and I feel his hands. I feel his hands stop.
Yes.
And I open my eyes and I look at him, and he's looking at me, and I go, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And he just goes, we had like a nice camaraderie before that, and he just goes, "It's okay." And he just keeps going.
It's silent the rest of the...
Our rapport was totally gone. Totally gone.
God.
Yeah.
Just let out a pleasured moan.
Yeah.
Well, that guy probably panicked. He was like, "Am I about to get assaulted?"
Oh no.
So it was just the two of you in there.
Just the two of us.
Okay.
And I came so hard.
Sounds like it.
Freaking ill.
I don't like haircuts. I don't like people touching my head. I don't know.
What? Really?
Do
Have you
want
ever...
me-
I luckily have a friend who does it now that I've been friends with for a long time. She works at Options in Chesapeake. Go check it out.
Cool.
She's good.
Yeah.
I feel like the key at this age is to get the same person to do it every time.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I get a haircut like 3 times a year.
I get haircuts.
Oh, okay.
never.
You like
I get it short, and then
Gotcha.
I get bored.
Should we move to an ad break?
Yeah. We'll see what
Okay.
we want to do after that.
Yeah, I mean,
Wink.
Yeah. What? Man, my hair is too long.
Oh my God, that is very long hair. It's all the way down to your feet.
I know. I need to get a haircut, but where?
I mean, I have this little crab in my pocket.
You have a crab in your pocket?
Yeah, he cuts my hair. You want to try him out?
Sure. What's his name?
Seymour.
Seymour the crab. He
Yeah.
cuts your hair. Okay.
Yeah.
Pull him out.
Okay.
Wow,
Here you
those
go.
are tiny little scissors. How's he gonna... Whoa! I've never seen such fast hair cuttery.
Yeah, sorry. He starts with your bush.
Yeah. That is unbelievable. Those scissors are sharp.
Most people will call them claws, but sure.
No, he's holding scissors in his claws.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I mean, look, sorry, I know you can't see through my bush. Hold on, let me.
Oh, yeah, spread
See now?
Can you part it like Moses? Thank
Jesus.
Yeah, you see?
you. Yep.
Okay, I'll put it back
I'd
now.
never noticed he had scissors before.
Yeah.
That's Seymour. He's a crafty guy.
Thanks, Seymour.
Would you like to buy him from me?
Yeah, how much? How much for Seymour? I gotta have this crab.
It's actually 5 Bitcoins. It's technically not legal to sell them, so it has to go through like a whole
Okay,
server
is there
thing.
any sort of discount I can get?
Sure. I guess. I mean, it's only 5 coins of bit.
Okay, but like, is there a code I can put in to?
Yeah. There's
move
a
this
code.
along.
It's called "Go fuck yourself." Here's a gun
Okay.
to your face.
God, what? Seymour, protect me!
Ow, he's biting me.
No.
Woo!
That was an ad, I guess.
Dylan, is there anything else you want to say about me, real quick? Any stories you want to share just about me?
Oh
This
my
is
God.
a segment called Molly Talk.
Oh God.
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Play music.
Oh, Molly Talk. It's Molly Talk. What Molly? Molly Talk. We talk about Molly. It's all about me. It's famously just about me. Molly Talk.
So this is a story about Jeff. So, this was also Molly's senior year of college when we lived together, and it was after a night of drinking.
Oh, God.
And I know it was one of those rare occasions where we all got together.
We only
and,
drank twice our senior year of
and
college.
it was the 2 stories that we've mentioned.
Yeah.
And so I wake up. My room's upstairs. I come down the stairs like a kid excited on Christmas Day to like wake up his roommates, and she's like, "Hey, you guys, wake up! Let's talk about the night. Let's have fun, have breakfast, whatever."
No.
And I forgot that Molly's boyfriend at the time was in town. Because he rarely was, and so I just,
Enemy of the pod.
Okay. Enemy of pod.
So I go to her room. She's like my best friend of the house, and so I want to see if she's up, and so we can get some coffee and start the day. And so I don't knock, I don't do anything. I'm just too excited, and I just open the door, and I'm just like, Molly, and I open it, and I see the back of her boyfriend's head. And then I see that it's in her crotch area. And I immediately go, "Oh, no." And I look up, and Molly and I make eye contact.
We just looked right at each other in a moment of sheer terror and sadness.
And I will forever remember what her face looked like, what she was wearing.
It was heartbreaking.
It's never going to escape the light bulb, like the flashbulb memory.
Truly, I saw the door slowly start to open. And I was like, "Please say it's the cat." Please. It's like anyone but. And then Dylan's head. I see his eyes.
I was so excited. I was so excited. I come in, I'm just like with a bright face, and then I just go, and I go, "Oh." That's all that came out. I just went, "Oh,
God."
And I shut the door, and I hear Molly just start laughing.
I couldn't. I was laughing hysterically.
And her bed was right next to the bathroom, and I went into the bathroom
To throw up.
No, I just needed some time.
Yeah.
And I just went into the bathroom for like 10 minutes. I didn't have to go.
Wait. Wait. What kind of personal time did
And
you do?
I masturbated so hard.
Thinking of my
knew it.
face.
Knew it.
Yeah, it was. And my boyfriend didn't know what had happened.
He didn't notice the whole
He
thing. He
is-
was just going to
Yeah,
town.
oh my God.
He was like, "What?"
Papa Graham's going to love this.
I was about to say, I'm actually embarrassed for the first time on the podcast.
You're a little red in the face.
I know. For the first time on the podcast, I am truly so embarrassed.
This is why we're here. This is why we're here.
It was awful. Just like about 3 seconds of direct eye contact me and Dylan made with each other in just a way that we both knew that we could never forget. What
Felt
had
like 3
happened.
minutes.
Yeah, it felt like forever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's because I stood there for 3 minutes and just watched it.
Then he came in and braided my hair. And
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, that was
we're really close.
That was a story about Molly.
That was Molly talk.
Male.
I'm embarrassed. All right.
That was a cool app.
So
It's nifty.
It's a little nifty nap.
So now it's time for a game. It's a game we play with everyone on the podcast. Fuck.
Mary,
Kill.
raise.
Fuck.
Mary,
Kill.
raise.
Fuck.
Mary,
Kill.
fuck,
Mary. Kill. Raise.
Fuck.
Fuck. Mary. Kill. Raise.
fuck.
Mary. Kill. Raise.
Okay, that's enough. Yeah.
All right. It's time for everyone's favorite game.
What are we
Fuck.
playing?
Mary. Kill. Raise. So we're going to give you 4 options, and you have to pick one to fuck, one to marry, one to kill, and one to raise as your own child.
Okay.
Okay? And your
Okay.
options are me
Me.
and you.
Go.
Okay. Did you guys make this game up?
Yeah. Go.
Yeah, it's never, I mean, no one else has ever played anything
Coined
like
it. Urban Dictionary says Molly and Jeff
Yeah.
asked them about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has Jeff's phone number.
Yeah.
Well, since you guys just made this game up, I guess I will try to come up with my answers on the spot. I would probably raise Molly
Really? Why?
Oh.
because okay, so I'm thinking ahead, and if I'm going to kill somebody, I feel like you guys on this podcast, everyone always says someone to kill, but no one actually thinks about the consequences. Like you kill somebody, you
That
kill
is
somebody,
true.
and
We have never said that you'd get away with it.
Yeah, like you kill. Like, is it
Right.
If it's you, if it's us 4, if I killed one of you, like I would have to do something. Like,
The other
really-
2 would snitch.
probably.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
Would you
I-
guys snitch if he killed me?
I would say right away, Jeff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what I would do is I would raise Molly off the grid, away from everybody. She wouldn't have a social security number.
Whoa.
No one would know that she exists.
okay.
I would teach her several languages. I would teach her a particular set of skills. I would raise Molly to kill Jeff.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh
Wait.
my God.
But then who are you going to kill?
Well,
That doesn't count as...
I think it counts.
I don't
you
think
all
that
gasped.
counts.
You all
Killing
gasped.
by association?
Yeah, well...
You would be dead because of me. I would teach her everything she needs to know in
That's
order to
kinda
end your
true.
life.
I guess.
You're using her as a weapon.
That's right.
Damn.
I don't want the blood on my hands. I'm 25. I don't want to go to jail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, I
That's
guess that works.
Yeah.
That's the only illegal thing. It's not.
Uh,
It's not illegal to. Well, I guess it is. There's a certain. There's a certain
Yeah,
demographic.
tell...
There's a certain demographic where it's heavily illegal to fuck and marry.
Yeah.
I think Helter Skelter proved you can still go to jail for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, those
Charles Manson only killed like one person in his life.
I thought he killed 0.
No, there's one time that he got in a fight in
Oh.
the desert and stabbed his guy in the neck.
Shit.
I know a lot about him.
I was about to say, what? You seem to
He hung
be-
out with the Beach Boys for a while. He lived at their house.
Well, speaking of that, so I would raise. No. I would raise.
You
raising
raised
Molly,
me
yeah,
to kill
killing me-
Jeff.
Right.
Which is the ultimate betrayal.
And the person you marry, you guys have made it very clear you don't have sex with
You
them.
don't
right?
fuck.
Right. You can't fuck them.
So, contrary to popular belief, I'm a straight man. I would marry Matt Cole. I saw your show last night. It was fantastic.
Thank you.
And I think if we got
Monocle
married,
every Friday at 10.
First Friday.
First
at 10
Friday
PM.
of the month.
$5 at Putt Comedy Theater.
It's a great show.
I feel like if we got married, our whole life would just be, it would be a different bit every day, and we would live in a different world, and we'd be different people every single day, and we would be consistent until we went to bed that night.
That's
fun.
That sounds romantic. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love that.
Wow. So you're fucking yourself?
I would fuck myself. I know what I like. I know what I like.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I would treat myself well.
Yeah.
You know,
I believe that.
a hand job is always better if you do it yourself.
I would get so many haircuts.
Wait.
They make me come, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
That's what we
Okay.
call a callback in the biz.
you
Yeah,
thinking
it
of
went right
Seymour?
over my head.
You were thinking of Seymour.
I was
weren't
thinking Seymour. I was like, do you have crabs?
It's like, wait a minute. Seymour, I sold him.
I saw an improv show last night, so I'm pretty fucking good at improv.
You learned everything you need to.
I have an addition to the game. Who would you if you won just 2 tickets to Hamilton,
Oh, you bitch.
who would you take to Hamilton?
I would give both my tickets to Jeff because he deserves it.
Oh, thank you, sir. And
that game was a suggestion from Pat Graham, friend of the podcast.
Oh, really? That was funny.
Well, awesome.
Hopefully he won't listen to this episode.
That's my favorite game. Kill, fuck, marry, raise, give Hamilton tickets away.
You have a great voice, Daddy.
F word,
M word,
K word,
L word,
R word,
S
H
word.
What's a S word?
Shit.
Oh.
Are we just doing curse words?
I thought we were doing the game.
Oh, shit. Oh, wait. Okay, that's enough.
That's fine. Can we stop this? Jeez Louise. All right. Well, we are actually almost out of time.
Right.
Believe it or not. I feel like I could talk to you for hours, which I have because you're staying at my house. So,
Just not recorded.
The podcast
Yeah.
never ends.
yeah. This is the pod that never ends. I wish I hadn't said that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm more embarrassed than when Dylan talked about someone going down on me. In front of Jeff, you said that.
Oh,
Yeah, not to mention that it's being recorded for everyone.
Oh my God.
So, I had a question, and then Molly spoke.
Sorry. Do you want us to all sit silently while you think of your
Yeah,
question?
can we all just
Yeah, let's. Okay.
You can do what Molly does, and whenever.
No, let's talk about your podcast.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh yeah, what do you have to plug?
So I have a podcast because I feel like there just aren't enough podcasts in the world.
Good
And
point.
We agree.
It was my calling. It was just looking a little dry on iTunes, and I thought it was time to,
Wet it up.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
Add some moisture
to
to
wet
that.
the whistle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My podcast is called Fancy with Dillan Taylor. I have people on to talk about what they're passionate about.
So your podcast is called Fancy, and you are a straight man.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
You guys should all kiss after this. I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
oh my God.
Molly's freaking out because I'm talking about something that's not her. Make this about me.
Well, I actually just recorded an episode of Fancy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Molly-
what's Fancy
Oh,
about?
nice.
So I have talented, inspiring individuals to come on and talk about what they're most passionate about, how it makes them better people, how it makes the world a better place, how like their journeys in it. We talk about whatever it is they're interested in. Like yesterday, I had Molly on.
cool.
We talked about comedy, improv, which was really cool because then we went to see your show. And it was nice. It was nice because not that I would have no idea what was going on, but it was just cool because I was already in that mood and we've been talking about it all day.
Nice.
I've had people on to talk about theater, talk about horror movies, whatever
Nice.
someone is super passionate about. I have them on and we talk
That's
about
cool.
it for an hour, and it's a lot of fun because everybody has that one thing that they love talking
Yeah.
about. For Molly, it's Molly.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jeff, if Jeff was on the podcast, he would probably talk about me.
No, you know what I would talk about.
No.
You know what
I
I would.
actually
what?
do know what Jeff would talk
It'd be
about.
the
Kid
show
Nation.
Kid Nation.
Kid Nation?
Yes.
I know nothing about it. I'd love to have you on.
Oh my
Tell me about
God.
He
Can we?
literally could.
What are you doing now?
Yeah. Let's go there next.
Oh gosh.
it. That's great. But other than that, I have my website. I deal with a lot of. I guess the genre would be like self-help, self-development, building stronger habits, and getting rid of the bad habits to get the most out of your life and live optimally.
Yeah,
Dylan-
and I feel like once you look into Dylan, you will wonder why me and Dylan are friends.
Why Dylan and I are
Why
friends.
Dylan and I are friends.
I've counted. That's the third time.
Yep, and honestly, I don't know. I have no idea.
Right? I feel like at this point, it's funny because on paper, we are so different,
Yeah.
but in our hearts, we're the same.
Yin and yang. Mm-hmm. But all the other stuff, I have a YouTube channel. I have a daily blog. I post every day except for on Sundays, and that's all on DillanTaylor.com. DILLAN. Everything's there.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Jeff, do you have anything to plug?
No. How do you feel about pedophiles?
Jesus.
Misunderstood, man.
Yay! I just wanted the bell to go off. Misunderstood. Wait. Okay.
Ding.
We're out of time for this episode.
Dylan's a real.
Did we ruin your lives?
Yeah, did we ruin
My
your life?
lives, all lives that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
You're
sounds like
a
you've
cat.
had too many.
It was a delight to be here. But I know you want me to say yes, so yeah. I mean, this was terrible. It was
Yay!
Hey, he's a real oopsie doodle.
Well, thanks for being on, and see you next time, mommy's little
I'll
worms.
see you guys in hell.
Yeah, worms, you better keep digging.
Yeah, fucking dig down to the core.
Yeah, because we hate you all.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Yeah. Review our podcast. Thank you.
Yeah, give us 5 stars.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
You've just listened to How Embarrassing Podcast with Molly and Jeff. If you would like to be a guest on the How Embarrassing Podcast and you have an embarrassing story, don't laugh at me.
That was embarrassing.
Send us an email at howembarrassingpodcast@gmail.com.
Whoops.